Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, otherwise known as Forum BX257, here to bring you another vintage G.I. Joe toy review. And today I'll be taking a look at the Cobra Master of Mind Control, the 1986 Dr. Mindbender. Originally, he was intended to be a Cobra interrogator. As a matter of fact, interrogator might have been one of his prototype code names. However, as it was originally written, Larry Hama, who had done most of the early file cards and helped form the characteristics of most of the G.I. Joe and Cobra characters, was not comfortable with Dr. Mindbender being an interrogator, as his file card would actually wind up suggesting that he tortured people, which of course he had a problem with, and that would be quite natural. It is due to the intervention of Larry Hama that we all know Dr. Mindbender is more of a bio and mechanical scientist rather than an interrogator. However, some of those interrogator aspects still survive within the action figure.
And here is the good doctor himself. Now his sculpt is a very stereotypical bad guy. His monocle, his mustache, his dark cloak. Even his accessories are all kind of over-the-top fancy. His accessories include what's listed on the contents list of his card, a .45 caliber pistol. As you can see, the grip and the trigger are very traditional of a Colt 1911 A1, but the rest of this sculpt is pure fantasy. There's nothing like this in use today. His cloak is also very interesting. It's a black velvety material, and it has this huge Cobra symbol heat sealed right onto the fabric. There is an early variant which had a patch, and that patch was then placed onto the cape. And one of the tips that I'm going to give you is, because of the velvety material and because it's black, a lot of lint and dust shows up fairly easily onto this. I would suggest taking just a regular piece of tape and just placing the tape over it and then ripping it off so that the sticky side of the tape pulls off the lint or the dust or whatever. Of course, you have to make sure not to do it very often or very hard on the Cobra symbol. Now here's where things get interesting, as quite frankly, being a master of mind control, I would have thought that his accessories, this silver wand hooked up to this black box, I would have thought that this was a microphone and maybe some type of speaker generator, because it's even at the time that this figure was made, it's well known that sounds, maybe in the 20 hertz range, can affect the human mind, sort of like a paranoia sound. However, that's not what this is. Believe it or not, this is an electric generator. It's just, well, it's kind of hollow. It's unfortunately rather cheap looking, but this is just an electric generator which is hooked up to through his electrical wire. And this thing is an electric prod. Of course, I've never actually seen one of these things, but that's actually pretty crazy for an accessory for an action figure, even if he is a bad guy. One of the things you have to be careful with when taking the cloak off, however, is to fold his arm sort of backwards like this, and to ease it around the shoulder ball. Just sort of have his arms in like that to make it a little bit easier to take this thing off. Because despite the fact that this is actually a very sturdy material, Serpentor's cape, in contrast, is very flimsy. you still don't want to destroy the armholes, as they are very, very close to the edge. So over time they can rip very easily. And yeah, on his back he still has even more Cobra symbols.
Well, that's all the time I have for right now. Thank you for watching my videos, and have a happy and safe Halloween. See you next week.